Well, good evening. I'm so used to saying good morning, and welcome to it's not Brickett, the guy who says that's tomorrow morning. Come back for that. But we are here for the big live reveal. We've been very excited about this, and Amber and I have been waiting patiently waiting for our mailboxes to have this little bundle of goodness. So it is finally here in a few moments' time, a few minutes, because we'll wait for people to filter in, because not everyone shows up right at time. We'll go ahead and open these up and we'll find out which colorway Amber picked for me and which one I picked for her. But before we do that, we will just go ahead and say g'day and hi to everybody that's here. It looks like we have a nice little crowd here already. And hopefully some of my West Coast friends can join us because it's not the middle of the night over there like it usually is. So Michelle's Crafts and More, good evening to you. Good evening to Terry and Donnell Stitchery, who will be joining me tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. And let's see who else has been chatting. Guess who? Nancy is here with us, Josie Brown. If I missed someone, I apologize in advance. Judy Herbert is here, and Math Geek. Katie Crafts, Beverly is here with us. Pam, good morning to you. She says, hi, wow, hi, Sean. It's strange seeing you live at this time. Yeah, this is a special last minute live. We got our packages, and Amber's like, we do not want to, I don't want to wait anymore. And I'm like, me either. If you're available tonight, let's just go ahead and, reveal it to the world that, which colorways we're doing. Kathy is here with us. Good evening to Russ. And, So Majestic, we know that nice lady as well. If you haven't checked out her channel, definitely do that. It is a wonderful thing, and she does a wonderful job, not just with quilts, but with bags as well and all sorts of goodness. But we'll talk about that later. Okay, so the reason we are here is to talk about this bundle of goodness. Amber and I are both ambassadors for Cotton Cut, so this is why we have this little bundle of goodness already. Clue one for the Wild West will ship on which date, Amber?
July 26th, so the end of this month already.
Only 3 weeks and a couple of days away. So, you'll have your July 4th party. If you haven't had your Canada Day party yet and you want to do it this weekend, have that. And then in a couple of weeks' time, these will all be shooting out to your houses. If you haven't signed up yet, there's still time to do so. And you can use our codes. You can use Amber West or Sean West, depending on who your favorite is. And if you pick Amber over me, that's okay. And I totally get it. She's a nice lady. Okay,
Oh, thank
so
you.
let's see. I have a list of questions because we want to get done before Fallon goes live at 8 o'clock Eastern, because it's her 40th birthday celebration, her 40,000 subscriber celebration, and she's got all sorts of goodies. You don't want to miss that one as well. Okay, so first question I had for us is, why did you want to put the selection of this into somebody else's hands rather than your own? Because usually what we do is we send Cotton Cuts our top three picks, and then depending on availability, they send us one of those. But so why did you think it would be a great idea to have me do it rather than yourself?
Well, I love surprises, and I always feel like the options for cotton cuts are just perfect. There's not really any colorway that I don't like. So I thought it was also a safe bet that regardless what you choose, I'm gonna like it. So I thought it would add an extra element of fun because this is my fourth cotton cuts quilt as an ambassador, and we've been picking our own. So I was like, let's do something a little bit different and
Yes.
add to the mix. And how about for
Excellent.
you?
For me, well, I've always done batiks. I mean, we just finished Carnival. Well, I still have to put the final border on this one. And I love the batiks, but I thought it was time for a change. I wanted to do something a little different. And the batiks this time around are beautiful, but it's a lot of purples, and it's to me, it's a little too similar to the lavender that I did for Village Green. So it's like, okay, time for me to step out of my comfort zone. And what better way to do it than let someone else pick for me? So I reached out to Amber and said, "Hey, let's do this crazy thing." We took a page out of so Becker and Ian, the Off Kilter Crafters book last time. I thought it was fun that they did it, and I was like, "Hey, let's see if we can do it this time."
Yes, we needed to
Okay,
join in that fun.
how does compare to? Okay, that was okay. So let's talk about. We normally pick three for ourselves. If you had the choice, if you were able to pick three for yourself, which ones would they have been?
Oh, that's a tough question. So I think my top choice was Dusty Bros. I just really liked the greens and the pinks. Green is my favorite color, and I just thought it was really beautiful. But then I'm scrolling through so I can get the names
Yeah,
correct.
that's fine.
I also liked Prairie Sunset and Tumbleweed. Those, especially Tumbleweed, was very like nature. It has blues, greens, browns, but
Yes.
very relaxing. And Prairie Sunset, I also liked because I felt like it had a good mix of colors. So
Sure.
I think those were my top three. And but it's so it's those were my three for this one, but only because I'd also say I really liked others, but I was like, okay, I've done bright, I've done the neutral. So what's some other ones that I haven't tried yet?
Yeah, absolutely. And for me, it was kind of hard. I am not a big floral person, and this time around they had a lot of florals. So it's like, okay, which one am I going to do? And that was another reason I just said, hey, let's just let Amber choose for me. So for me, I love Calamity. You know me, bright colors, the rainbow. If it's in a quilt, you know that's definitely me. After that, I think I like the Crimson Canyon, and I don't know why, but I really, really like Delilah. Probably not
Yeah,
an answer.
Delilah's beautiful.
It is. And, you know, it may not be an answer you expect from a lot of gentlemen, but I just love the greens, the pinks, the blues, and I think that one's going to come together really beautifully. However, there's probably a 75% chance that that was none of those are the ones that Amber picked. And if that's the case, that's fine because they are really beautiful. What we did do as a little note is that we did pick, I think, like three or four each that we weren't, yeah, not as fond of as the others. So we gave each other a choice of like 10 to 11, I think, each. And so that way, yeah, that, you know, we're good on that there. Okay, so let's take a couple. Once we first started this, sorry, I worked half the day and I'm half asleep. This is why I do morning lights. We took
No
polls.
worries. I'm the
Um,
nighttime person, so
Good. Okay. Well, then we should have had you host. Okay, a bit late now. Anyway, so we took polls on our individual channels, and we asked everybody what we think Amber picked for me, what they think I picked for Amber, and then so forth here. So we got to share the screen real quick, and we got to take a look at those answers. As soon as I hit the right button, of course. Okay. Be nice. Okay. All right. So these are Amber's. And so, what colorway do we think they chose for Sean? The majority of people think that that Amber picked Tumbleweed for me. They also thought Tombstone and Calamity, which I think, you know, Tombstone's a very realistic possibility. Calamity may be, but although I did see Ian doing the large in that, and then Saloon as well, and then Mystic Cactus and Dusty Rose and Bluebell. Okay, so what colorway did Amber's viewers think that I chose for her?
this one was very mixed.
It is very mixed. Okay. Dusty Rose, good choice. Josie's another good choice. And then we had Crimson Canyon, Saloon, Calamity, Bluebell, Tumbleweed, Wrangler, Jamboree, Tombstone, and Delilah. So yeah, nice mix. And then she also asked which colorway her viewers are going to do. And they're going to do a nice mix. Crimson Canyon, Mystic Cactus, Delilah, Tombstone, Dusty Rose, Calamity, a lot. They got to do Saloon, which is really fun. That's the boutique. So that's really fun. And then Ghost Town. All right. Now, if my computer behaves itself, come on, need to get to the next. This is not going to behave. Okay. Try again.
Always works second time. I'm so excited to see what people thought for you with your poll too. I was
Yeah,
kind of
because
surprised with some of the answers.
there we go. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Thank you for bearing with me. Okay, so which colorway does everyone think that I chose for Amber? And so a lot of you thought Delilah. Gold Rush and Tombstone and Jamboree got a couple of votes each. Dusty Rose got a lot. So that was second place. Prairie Sunset, Wrangler, Tumbleweed at Bluebell, Saloon, Ghost Town got a few votes, along with Crimson Canyon and Josie. So it looks like Delilah seems to be the number one answer there. And then what colorway do you think Amber chose for me? And the biggest one was Mystic Cactus. And then Tumbleweed, Calamity, Crimson Canyon, Delilah, Gold Rush, Tombstone, Jamboree, and Prairie Sunset. Okay, and then which colorway would you have chosen for me if you were given a choice? And this is like a mix.
That's
You can
a
see here,
really big mix.
and I've said too many words already, so I'm just going to scroll around. You can see on the screen. Okay, so we've seen all that goodness. Let's now move on. We're going to go ahead and open in just a moment. Before we do, which one do you think is in your envelope?
I don't know. I'm thinking something floral.
Okay, that's a good choice.
Yeah, it's just because
There's a
I
lot
mean
of
I'm
floral.
definitely going with floral. Well, because part of I'm like, did you pick something floral or did you pick something that's like totally for me what I would think would be like unexpected, like a ghost town, um, or even
You'll
Tombstone? Because
have
like for
you'll have to open it up and see. Like I really think I really should put my sunglasses on so I can have my poker face. You know, like those folks at the poker world tour. You'll
oh
have to
yeah, my
wait just a
face
little bit
tells
longer.
everything. So I don't know, but I
Take
will
a
say I'll
guess.
be happy with anything. So do
Do you want to
you
take a
want me to open
guess?
now?
No, I want you to take one guess and tell me which one you
One
think it might
guess.
be,
Oh,
just to see if we get it right.
all right, let's go with Dusty Rose. I think that was the one that I would pick as number one. That was voted high in the poll. So
Okay.
let's go with that one.
Okay. Perfect. All right, and you'll find out in just a moment. I think you picked tumbleweed.
Okay.
I was almost convinced that you're going to pick calamity, but I know Ian's doing the large, so unless they decide to double up and have me do a small, which is a slim possibility, I don't think that's it. So I'm going to go with tumbleweed again, probably way out of the ocean. So let's stop delaying this any further because I know you're anxious. I'm anxious. Everybody else is anxious. Let's go ahead and open them up and see. Ladies first.
All right. So it's sealed.
Yep.
I'm so nervous, but so excited. I've been like
So
waiting since they, gave us the hey, mail in your stuff. All right, there we go. Like ripping it. I didn't want to like cut into the fabric or anything.
no, me either.
Right. Let's
So let
see.
us know in the chat what you think it might be.
Oh my gosh. Well, this one's Josie, right?
Yes.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Oh, Paula put a cute little note. Here, I'm looking for the booklet.
Yes.
So it's Josie. I am so excited. I love that this one has like a retro vibe with like the little
Mm-hmm.
TVs, and
Yes.
I love colorful, so this is like perfect. I didn't guess this as like my choice because I'm like, well, he knows I like colorful, so will he go in the complete opposite direction? But no, super happy. This is really exciting.
Excellent. All right. And we'll talk about which ones we picked and why in just a moment. But before we do that, let's go ahead and let me open this one and see.
Yes.
I was going to ask you about your first reaction, but you just went ahead and did it, which is
Oh,
fantastic.
sorry.
No,
I was
no,
so
you're fine. It
excited
was
about
good.
it.
I mean, you did exactly the right thing. So, all right, let me just air this puppy. I'm not good at opening packages. Okay, so is it tumbleweed? It is not. All right, it's one of my other guesses. It is tombstone, unless I'm very sadly mistaken.
You're correct.
So there we go. It is tombstone. And so, yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun. I have not ever worked with a lot of browns or grays or blacks, and I've always wanted to. And so this is going to be a great opportunity for me to go outside of my wheelhouse, outside of the bright colors that I'm so used to, and try something totally new. So thank you for that. I'm really looking forward to this new challenge. And I like that it has enough variety in here that I'm not going to get it super confused. So, which other ones did you pick? You have to send three in, and which ones did you? Is this number one for you? That
It was actually number two.
okay?
The first one was Calamity.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, because when Sean and I were talking, he was like, I'm not really a big fan of flowers, and I was like, oh no, they're all flowers. So
But then
I
I
did
told you
want to.
you had 11 to choose from, so that's okay.
Right. So I wanted to find ones that I thought would fit you. So my first was Calamity. The second was Tombstone because I know that you did the purple. I know that you just did the red, white, and blue. And I was like, okay, so neutrals is not his normal, But what I really love about that one is it still has enough variety in prints. It's not solid colors. So even though it's neutral, it still has a mix, which I thought was good. And then my third choice was the Mystic Cactus, the green one.
Okay, so the audience was definitely right with number three. So that is awesome. And Calamity, I mean, they did a really good job picking this out as
Yeah.
well. So everybody's saying that they're wonderful choices, and they're all saying good evening, everything else. Barbara is doing Josie, so you'll have someone else to solo along with there as well. And let,
Oh, yay.
let me know if anyone else is doing Tombstone. I'm wondering if there's people making them for like grandsons or nephews or sons or uncles and that sort of thing there. That was one thing I heard people say, that they would like to have more masculine choices, which I think this is definitely going to fall into that wheelhouse. I'll show you some more there as well. So yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun. Now, where did my questions go? Because I had some other things to ask, and now I've lost. Oh, there it is, sitting right there.
Oh, so
Okay.
what were your three choices for
Oh
me?
yeah. Okay. So Josie was number one.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Yeah. And then Dusty Rhodes was number two, and Delilah was number three.
Oh, all right. Those are all great. I would have been happy with
Yeah.
any of them.
I went back and looked at what you did before. I saw your lemonade and I saw the previous ones there, and I was like, you're kind of like me. You like the bright
Yeah.
and that sort of thing there. And I just
My
love the
green.
like, yes. I actually asked for that one when I was the best doing my
Oh,
first one, but yeah.
I love green.
Yeah, so but yeah, I just thought would stay in that wheelhouse there, and I just love that retro thing on the fabric of the little TVs, and I was like, I want to see Amber put that together. So that kind of took over for Dusty Rose on that one there as well.
No,
Okay,
great choice. I'm glad you
Dorothy
did.
says she thinks Melissa is doing Tombstone. Okay, awesome. Okay, so um so we have snippets inside. So these are actually the snippets.
Mhm.
Because we just got a little note in here. It says we wanted to add something, a little something fun. As the teams collected a few snippets to get excited for your colorway, we'd like them. So what they'd like us to do is use these items. They're like different sizes and shapes and that sort of thing there to make something fun. And so, okay, so
Oh,
you've
look,
already
you can
opened
see.
yours up.
Yeah, you can tell where how they're cut out. Like that's technically like the snippet. It's like the remains from when they do the die cuts, right?
Yeah, these look totally different to the snippets I bought a few months ago because they were like all long strips. So these are actually nice big shapes and that sort of thing there. So um, we'll get to know our fabrics really, really well, and we got to make something fun with
Yeah.
this. I think some of us talked about maybe doing like a cushion cover or a pillow or something like that. So what we've talked about doing is Amber and I on our own channels will put something together, and then we'll reveal what we make when we come back on the 27th, which is like 3 weeks and some change, and sew Clue 1 together. So that is our little project to do between here
Mhm.
and there as well. So that will be super fun. Yes, I just talked about that. Sign-ups are still open. If you haven't signed up yet, there's a bunch of different colorways to choose from. I think they've got most of them open still. There's a couple sold out, but they are
Yeah, there's
restocked.
quite a few restock. Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say.
Yes, so you can definitely do that. And that is under, I'll put the link in the chat real quick. I think it's PMQ if I remember correctly. Okay, I'm just going to go to the chat real quick just to make sure I haven't missed anything. I've put the link in the chat so that way if you need to go there and take a look, you can. And if you are watching a replay, let us know if you're joining in on this fun as well. And let us know what you think of the our choices for each other. I am super excited to do Tombstone. I think it's going to be a lot of fun and that sort of thing there as well. So I think with that, we are fairly close to saying goodbye to everybody because we want to finish up fairly quickly. So that way you guys can go ahead and grab a drink or a little snack and then head over to visit Fallon. And if you haven't checked out her channel, I'll go ahead and put her link in real quick as well. And because she's having a huge big celebration tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 Central, and that sort of thing there. If you haven't checked out Amber's channel, you need to go check it out. She's exclamation point Amber if you're right now, and she does a
Thank
lot
you.
of wonderful tutorials. She's planning on doing some more lives in the near future, correct?
Yes, I'm a teacher, so I'm on summer vacation. So I'm hoping to be a lot more active with my YouTube channel this summer.
Yeah, so definitely check that out. It's gonna be a lot of fun. And yeah, I think unless anyone else has any questions, I think we'll go ahead and say good night. I will be back tomorrow morning, July 4th at 8 a.m. Eastern. We got to have my friend Donnell join me, and we got to do some fun sewing. I won't be live this Saturday morning. We have a family event, so we figured, since we're all off, or most of us, at least in the US, if you're in Canada or somewhere else, you probably have to go to work, unfortunately. Come join us, and we'll have a lot of fun there as well. So let's see. Charlotte says she's Jasmine doing the Wild West. Jackie's not able to do it this time because she's packing up her dad's house. Heather says, good job and excellent choices. Katie says, hi. Michelle's on her way out. Yeah, and there we go. Mary's looking forward to how the quilts come out. Okay, so thank you all for joining us tonight. I hope you enjoyed our little reveal video. We're both super excited to see how it all turns out. And I'll be back tomorrow morning, and go over and check out Amber's channel if you haven't already done so. Happy sewing. Bye.
Thanks, everyone.